Hey guys, it's David from Automotive Press. Guess what? I'm in Japan driving this beautiful Lexus RC F. And this particular version is the one that we don't even get in North America with a carbon fiber hood. And then we have some other performance packages. What a beautiful car with that good old-fashioned 5-liter V8. And in fact, RCF is the only true F model left in the Lexus lineup, because in North America we have, as you know, Lexus IS 500, which is not a true F model, and we have an LC 500, which is also not an F model, even though both of those have the same or similar V8 engine. And you guys know I've owned the Lexus IS 500 before. I currently own a Lexus LC 500, so you know that of all the people, I would appreciate driving this one because it's the third model within the Lexus lineup with that naturally aspirated V8 engine. So I'm going to take this thing for a drive in Kyoto area. It's going to be great fun. Come with me and follow with me as we travel through Kyoto. Let's go. All right guys, so we're going for a drive in the Lexus RC F with that naturally aspirated beautiful V8 engine, and of all the place, we are in Kyoto, Japan, the ancient capital of Japan, where this car will truly fit in because it's a super exclusive and a very special car. Let's go for a drive. Alright guys, so I am in Kyoto, Japan, the Asian capital, perhaps the most beautiful city in Japan, driving the Lexus RC F, which is, wow, so special, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to drive this. Big thank you to Lexus for arranging this along with my visit to Tahara plant. So today I'm going to do something different, which is to show you Kyoto a little bit by car, and then kind of take you through the journey of what a Lexus owner might experience in Japan. Although I can just about guarantee a car like this is so exclusive and so rare that I probably will not see any other RCF with this package in Japan while I am in Japan. In fact, I don't ever remember seeing one. So it's pretty cool. It's busy already, really hot today, but beautiful car with this naturally aspirated V8 engine. It feels different than the same engine in the LC 500, but also feels a little bit different from the IS 500 as well. I think the tuning and calibration is a little bit different. I like the way they tune this engine, and it should be different because this is the only true F model within Lexus lineup right now. The LC 500 is not an F model. There never has been LCF, and then IS 500 is also not quite what ISF used to be. It's not quite in that performance category. So even though both of those models, the LC and the IS, have the 5-liter V8 engine that are almost identical to this one, the tuning, the calibration is different, and this vehicle does feel a little bit more of a pure sports car than even the LC 500 I have, and I love it. The calibration of the steering, the feedback, the road feel, the suspension, the braking, everything makes this vehicle feel just a bit more special. And it's too bad that not too many people appreciate this car for what it is, because it doesn't sell too well. In fact, I'm surprised that Lexus even offers this vehicle still. It's probably just a matter of a year or two before it is completely taken out of the lineup, being replaced by, who knows, turbocharged 4-cylinder engine of some kind. Because rumor has it that the LC and the RC will be merged together to create something in between in a few years' time. So that probably will happen. In the meantime, if you really want a pure 5-liter V8 engine and you want a true F model, go and get the RCF before it's too late, because this is the only F model you can get and will be gone in a couple of years at the most. And so I'm really excited to be driving this in Kyoto. There's so much to see in Japan, and most of the time we travel within Japan by train, either Shinkansen or bullet train or local train, so not too often I get to drive in Japan. So it's a real treat to be able to do that. And thankfully I'm not in Tokyo, so it's not quite as busy. Still pretty busy, And plus the fact that we're driving on the wrong side or the different side compared to North America makes it a bit tricky. So I gotta really focus here, but I do want to tell you how much I'm enjoying it so far. I can't even blast this car yet or step on the gas that much because basically we're stop and go right now. But I did drive on the highway yesterday on the way to Kyoto, and what a ride. It's so smooth, refined, and quiet for a pure sports car. And you know what? It still has decent trunk space and a decent back space as well compared to the LC500, which is not practical at all. All right, so I'm making a turn here, and I gotta be careful I stay in the right lane because of the fact that I'm in a different side of the road compared to my normal driving, and as you can tell, I'm not going very far right now. But what I'm planning to do today is to take you to a couple different sites within Japan and then show you around by car with this RC F and show you that you can really enjoy Japan if you are able to access a car. Not too many people will rent a car in Japan, but you know what? If you're outside Tokyo, it's very doable. Just have to watch out for the, your driving habit. They don't end up in the wrong side of the road. But other than that, wow, you can really go somewhere. And the first stop for us is the bamboo forest called Arashiyama in Japan. A beautiful part of Kyoto, just outside Kyoto, I should say. And what a cool place to go. And truly well matched to what Lexus stands for because it's unique. It's a beautiful scenery there. Let me take you there and show you what the place looks like. Okay, so this is one of my first stops, and it's also one of my favorite places in Japan. We're outside Kyoto, only about half an hour by car, maybe a little bit faster with the RC F. And we're in Arashiyama, which is a beautiful part of Japan. Really a lot of forest trees, wide river here, slow moving current, lots of wildlife, and of course it's packed with tourists right now, but relatively speaking, I think it's quieter than I expected. And what a beautiful place, and what a matching place for the beautiful Lexus RC F. I think this is the kind of place that you're gonna bring a car like the RC F because you can enjoy the nature, you can enjoy the interesting food and culture here, and you get to appreciate the car even more just because the RC F is so special, it drives so wonderful. And I noticed on the way here that compared to my Lexus LC500 and also compared to the IS500 I used to own, the RC F fits right in between. It's not quite as crazy as the LC in terms of the exhaust sound and so forth, but it is definitely sportier and more performance oriented than IS500. So in terms of powertrain and in terms of the engine and the transmission and braking, I actually really like the RC F. It has the best compromise, I think, between a bit of a crazy and extreme LC500 and the IS500, which is a little bit more subtle. So I really like the RC F. Enjoying the Kyoto area and the Arashiyama. Let me take you to a few other places as well. As you can tell, it's quite an interesting place, beautiful place to visit. If you're coming to Japan, even if you don't have a car, please come and visit Kyoto and the surrounding areas, such as this Arashiyama, which is only about half an hour by car if you were to, let's say, get a cab. But you can also take a train, and it's only about 45 minutes away. And you get immersed in what makes Japan so unique in terms of culture, in terms of people and philosophy. I don't think there's any other country like Japan. And you guys know that I grew up here, but I've also visited many different countries in both Asia and Europe and North America. And nothing is like Japan. Right now we're filled with tourists, so it feels a little bit overwhelming and a bit crazy with all the crowd. But if you can try to come here when it's a little bit off season, or come early morning or something, it'll be a beautiful walk. And it's just a cool place. Also, just the food is so amazing here because you get some of the traditional Japanese pastry and desserts, but also traditional Japanese food for lunch and dinner as well. And just a cool place. So let me continue to travel with RCF here in Kyoto area, so I can maybe bring a little bit more of Japan to you on this lifestyle video with the Lexus RC F. Okay, there's so many interesting food in Japan, of course, but especially in Kyoto, area, we get unique food. This is called taiyaki, which is like shaped like a fish, which is good for me because I like fishing. And this one has a butter and also red bean inside. And I'm supposed to eat it within 1 minute because the butter will melt and literally, you know, basically will go away in my hands. So I gotta eat that. I got an iced coffee. Not all that Japanese looking, but this should be good. Let me try. So good. So I'm taking a stroll in this bamboo forest in Arashiyama, and you can see a bit of a bamboo here. And there's so many people here that it's a little hard to show you the whole place, but you get a feel for some of the beauty that is about Japan and Kyoto especially. And so once again, if you have a chance to maybe rent a car in Japan, go for a drive, go to Kyoto, go to Arashiyama, and enjoy the nature, because Japan is not just about, you know, technology and fast food and stuff. It's also about nature and the beauty, which makes you appreciate everything you own in life. So I really enjoy coming here, and I'll show you a little bit more. So I'm just walking through the bamboo forest outside Kyoto, and it looks very different at night. I actually really like the night scene because it's all lit up and everything, but during the day, it's just gorgeous also. These tall bamboos, which you won't really find outside Asia, but you find everywhere in Japan. And yeah, it's just amazing how something simple like this can transform the way you think and transform your world, because suddenly you're no longer in bustling Tokyo, you're outside somewhere quiet and peaceful, and you begin to reflect about life and work and family and friends. And you know what? This is, I think, what Lexus is trying to do with all of its models. They want you to appreciate life and use the car to enjoy things about life, not just using the car for transportation purposes or enjoy the luxury features, but they want you to use it to bring vision to you, bring dream to you, so that you can really enjoy the life around you. That's what I think Lexus really want to stand for, and they're slowly transforming themselves from being a car company to a lifestyle company, and I get it, I appreciate it. Place like this really makes you think. All right, so we're gonna now head back to Kyoto with the Lexus RC F. Like I said, I love the engine, the transmission, the braking, all that stuff. Feels just super, super tuned to give you that maximum performance, but it's also really comfortable and refined in a way that only Lexus can do. And that's I think, the balanced feel that other brands cannot offer, because sometimes the cars are too harsh, too firm, or too rough, or too noisy. But Lexus RC F provides all the performance you would expect from a 5-liter V8 engine, but with the comfort and quietness and refined feel that other brands simply cannot bring. And that is a true secret of Lexus. Let's take the car back home. All right, guys, I'm finishing my drive with the beautiful Lexus RC F right here in Kyoto, in front of some beautiful temples. I mean, this is where you really appreciate Japan. You appreciate beauty of a car, beauty of a nature, and also beauty of a temple. Because you know what? There's no other place in the world where you can bring three things together: nature, culture, and also automobiles. You can't combine those three things in one place except in Kyoto. And that's why I truly appreciated spending some time with RCF here in Japan. Carbon fiber hood, carbon fiber roof. You can't get this option in the North American market. This is a special performance package for Japan. This thing is expensive. There's no question that this isn't for everyone. And if you're going to pay this kind of money, you might decide to buy the LC 500. But there's something unique about RCF with the performance package that we don't get it in LC or the IS 500, because neither of those cars are true F vehicle. They're not true F sports car. This one is. And this one has that pure feel to it that those two cars might be missing and lacking. And therefore, here in Japan, after driving the RCF for the last couple of days, you know what? I'm just astonished, inspired, and also just very appreciative of this type of car that is no longer offered in many countries, in many areas, because V8 cars are gone. V8 cars are disappearing. And even within our Western market, only RCF remains as a true F vehicle. We don't have ISF, we don't have a GSF, and that's why this is very special. I think the handling, the feel of the vehicles are quite unique. It's sharper than LC500. It's definitely a lot sharper than IS500. The engine feels more or less similar to the LC500, maybe even a little bit better because it's tuned differently. And yet, the amazing thing is that this thing is very comfortable and also way more practical than LC because it looks small and tiny, but the back seat is actually quite usable. We had a couple of people sit in the back, and even after 2 or 3 hours driving, they weren't tired. They were quite comfortable. The ride is smooth and refined, and the engine, well, when you step on it, that beauty just sings the song, and it's a music to our ears. So with that, I want to thank Lexus for letting me drive this vehicle for a few days. But more than that, don't forget, before V8 is gone from this world, before F models are gone from Lexus, go buy one, find one, used or new, doesn't matter. Get them while they last, because once it's gone, it's gone. So with that, I want to thank everyone for watching my kind of unusual video about RCF, about Japan, about Kyoto, about the life and the world, because you know what? There's something special about driving this vehicle in Japan right here in Kyoto. Until next video, I'm signing off for now. Thank you so much.